A physique update from Ramondino. A very impressive physique update from Ramondino, where according to the Brazilian media outlets, he's weighing 114 kilos in this update, much heavier than he weighs on stage. This is 251.3 pounds, which is about 14 kilos above his weight limit, roughly 30-something pounds above his actual weight limit for classic physique. And again, it opens up this conversation of A, are the weight limits in classic physique really necessary? And B, if they are necessary, are the current weight restrictions based on your height, are they too strict? Are they not allowing these guys to weigh enough? Because as you guys might remember, there's a little bit of a discrepancy with Ramondino where he was 4 pounds over at the Olympia, but was able to make weight. I think they said they mismeasured his height or whatever the case was. And you guys remember Terrence Ruffin also missed weight by 1 pound at that Olympia, and that was his worst Olympia showing in a very long time. We've also heard from Breon, and we talked about Breon in the past couple of videos, these guest posings that he's done and these physique updates that he's done now that he's moved to 212, and he said that one of the reasons for that was the weight restriction in Classic was a bit too tough for him. He thinks his physique suffered because of that weight restriction, and you see updates like this from Ramondino at 250 plus pounds, where he's still lean and ripped, but very much rounder and fuller than you see him on the competitive stage. I saw some people in the comments of this post even making the argument that he looks better in some of these off-season shots because he's bigger and fuller than on stage, because it's not like he's sacrificing any of his lines. He's not sacrificing his midsection. He just looks bigger, better, and fuller. Now, personally, I think the weight restrictions are in place to try to maintain the integrity of the point of classic physique, because obviously the point is to appreciate the lines and the classic look and the classic structure of these guys, and to not let it get out of hand to where it becomes a battle of who's the biggest guy in classic, and these guys are just putting on as much size as possible. So I think the intention of the weight restrictions is meant to be a positive one. They're trying to maintain the integrity of that division. Are the restrictions too harsh is probably more so the question, because I really don't think it should be unrestricted. But it's a really difficult question because the way they do it by height, you could argue it gives some of the shorter guys a disadvantage because these taller guys like Chris Bumstead have these much higher weight limits to the point where most of them, I don't even think Chris has met the limit yet. And he's a taller guy, and I think he's still got like more than 5 pounds to fill out his limit. Whereas some of the shorter guys are like immediately over their limit and struggle to make weight.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people